Shabbat Shalom to the hopeful elect of Israel. Let us give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakwakadash. Double honor to our elders and apostles, great millstone. To you, to the hopeful elect, I say peace and salutations. We know how wicked Esau Edom is. We know how deceptive Eve can be. So, I'm gonna pull this up. You know, as men, we have to move in a certain way. Proverbs 19:11, the discretion of a man deferreth his anger, and it is his glory to pass over a transgression. The king's wrath is as the roaring of a lion, but his favor is as dew upon the grass. A foolish son is the calamity of his father, and the contentions of a wife are a continual dropping. If you don't move in a particular way out here, which normally goes by listening to the word of Yahweh Shem Shai, our ultimate father, Yahweh, and through his son being the word, you have to listen to the wisdom of Yahweh Shai, who was also Solomon, the wisest man ever to walk upon the face of the earth. All right, and Yahweh Shai being the most obedient according to the Heavenly Father. Now the Lord controls all things at the end of the day. If you're a certain particular man, the Lord's gonna give you a wife that's gonna be, could be clamorous but if you're a man that the Lord has favor on, the Lord is going to get or remove you from those situations. Why I'm bringing this up is because I just came across a video talking about marriage by estoppel. All right, it's a term. Matter of fact, let's go there. Let's pull it up. Marriage. Estoppel. Definition. All right. Marriage by estoppel is a legal defense that prevents someone from questioning the validity of a second marriage when the first divorce was invalid. All right, no thanks right now. What is marriage by estoppel? Okay, a so-called marriage by estoppel most frequently occurs when a husband or wife has obtained an invalid divorce from a prior spouse and then remarries. Since the prior divorce is legally invalid, so is the second bigamous marriage. So the thing is, what they're doing is they're using the court to place, when it comes to child support, to place child support on the man that the child doesn't belong to. All right. This is what Esau Edom is making up. Like, let's get this precept. Isaiah 10, verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. All right? And that's Esau Edom. He's created an abundance of laws that separates families, that takes away the father, the man having headship over the household, that takes away the natural and spiritual and biblical order of humanity and of life, and specifically of the order of the Israelite household, the Israelite family. You know, that's why you got so many. The divorce rate is so high on our end. You know, particularly because of our women, because they've been fed, like from the beginning, they've been fed. Eve had been fed uh, um, what seems to be a better life if she requires authority over her man, like what Eve did with Adam in the garden, by listening to that snake ass, to the snake, that serpent like man, right? The Satan like man. We've all been subjected to sin, right? As it's written that Eve was in the transgression. All right. But let's go. Verse 2. To turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. And how do they do that? Through taxes, through courts, through court proceedings, unrighteous decrees, through court proceedings that allow the woman to sign a man's name on a piece of paper in order to take money out of his paycheck, to put him on the streets, and if he don't pay up, to incarcerate him. You know, and that's why if you're dealing with a man of the elect, you know, a prophet or teacher, the Lord say, touch not my anointed, you know, or even the anointed period is the Lord's elect, right? The Lord said, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. There's detrimental effects that happen after you neglect this commandment of the Heavenly Father. There's detrimental effects that's going to come into your life. There's things that you're not going to be able to stop. All right? And of course, Esau Edom sets it up. You know, he sets you up. He puts you in the driver's seat of a crash dummy. You know, he puts you in the driver's seat of a crash dummy. The wall is right there. You don't see the wall, right? Because you got all this smoke and mirrors in front of your face. Like, you know, he'll tell you what you want to hear. You know, he tell you smooth things, but it's not beneficial for you as an outcome. Right? Matter of fact, let me get this video. Let's get this video. So y'all can see what I'm talking about. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom.
Painting contractors. What would you charge to paint my house? This is the back of it. Here's a detached garage.
Even though he says that he's been before him. Man, you so dirty. Yeah, you look so dirty. You were never worthy. Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. If you're easily triggered, leave now because this is not the show for you. Now, this topic on this episode is going to be about parentage by estoppel. I've covered this many, many months ago. For those of you who don't know or understand what that means, parentage by estoppel is when the judge or the court will consider to find you liable, in other words, to raise a child that's not yours. I should have said it like that. If the woman you're dating, the single mom, all of a sudden decides while you're in the relationship with her or after y'all break up, if she decides to go to the court and petition and tell them you have been acting like a father, the court must make you provide for the child like you are the father. In other words, you got to pay child support, even though the DNA test shows that you're not, and you don't have to be a stepfather for this to happen. You can just be a single man with no kids or have kids of your own and be dating a single mother. And she can take you to court, and the court will rule in her favor. And now you have to pay for another man's child, even though you can provide proof that you are not the biological father through DNA testing.
All right. And that's one of the reasons why, as a man, you have to use discretion. You have to be wise in your decision making, and at the same time, you have to remember that the goings of a man, is of the Lord. The goings of a man is of the Lord. A lot of brothers in this thing of ours have taken this road. All right. I want to say it's Timothy. Let me go here. Let me try my memory skills. Too right. No, that's not it. Corinthians. I bet you it's Peter. Let me go here. So I'm gonna just look it up. Look up the phrase. Okay, it was 1 Corinthians, it was chapter 7, Salaki. All right. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 1. Now concerning the things whereof ye wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman. All right. That's a lot of men's best bet is to not even touch a woman. Especially in these days and times, unless you vent her. It's a vent. Vet her. You vet her. You have to be. She has to be of an understanding heart, an understanding mind, right? Of what you're involved in, what's going on. How you perceive things. Now she doesn't have to know all your business as far as the ministry, all right. But she has to be at least on the same accord with how you operate in life. Otherwise, it'd be best to not even touch him or talk to him. Verse 2, nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband. All right? So, because, especially if you're of a younger age, you haven't really experienced certain things in life, and you have those natural desires, you might want a wife, a woman, but you have to use wisdom and discretion. You have to see how Esau Edom has set things up for us to be against each other. And I don't care who you are. I don't care how perfect of a so-called man you are, or a so-called woman you are. Issues do come up in relationships. Issues come up. All right? And the only way you're going to be able to maneuver through those issues, besides having besides having Yahweh Shai's favor and grace and mercy upon you, is you're gonna have to have to learn the wisdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushua and take it and consider it. Take it seriously. All right? Let's keep going. Let me go back to this video.
Now, I'm going to show you that in the second clip. The reason why it's going to be the second clip because I want to show you something else. In the first clip, I want you to understand how dangerous and how conniving these single mothers are. Why, in my most humble opinion? They will just write anybody's name down on the birth certificate just so they can receive food stamps. And it will be proven in court that this man is not the father, but the courts are still trying to make this man pay child support and are threatening to put him in jail because he's not paying for a child that he has proven that isn't his. Okay? So let me go ahead and get started with this right quick. Sorry for the long intro, but I want you to know. Can you dig it? Boom. All right. Let's get it.
Imagine being told to pay child support for a kid that is not yours or go to jail. That was the order the state handed down to a Detroit man.
So today, he turned himself in, but here's what happened when 7 Action News reporter Kim Russell went with him to court. Carnell Alexander walked into the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice knowing in moments he could lose his freedom.
I stayed up all night, couldn't sleep, thinking about it.
Carnell is a wanted man because he refuses to do what the state orders and to pay child support for a child that DNA tests prove isn't his. A child he doesn't even know.
I haven't even had a chance to really speak to him except for one time when we took the DNA test.
Nonetheless, right now, under the law, he's a deadbeat dad. Today, he turned himself in to the judge as ordered.
Scared because I've been before this judge before.
But this time, he had attorney Cherika Harris, who volunteered to help after seeing his story on 7 Action News. The judge said he will not go to jail for today.
Thank you. Thank Ms. Harris. And hope that we can resolve this soon.
I'm just trying to help him with his future. Though the threat of jail is on hold, it is not over. Carnell Alexander still owes more than $30,000 to the state for a child that's not his because the mom wrote his name down because she needed to name someone in order to get welfare benefits.
And I had to put him down as the father. That was the only way I can get the sister.
Now,
I'm almost homeless. I'm almost in jail. I'm out of work.
Now, I want you to understand, gentlemen, it is dangerous to date a single mother. Fortunately, a lot of single mothers have not caught on to parentage by estoppel, which I am about to cover right now. But I want you to think about this. That judge, even though he says that he's been before many times, I don't know what happened.
Okay, so you love the idea of having your whole family insured with great...
Even though he says that he...
That's the point. All right? You know, the only reason why that man probably is not going to jail is because the Lord had favor upon him. Let's get this, like the ways of a woman, man. A wicked woman. Ecclesiastes, which is written by Solomon, the wisest man ever to live. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 26. And I find more bitter than death the woman. So it'd be better that you die than you to deal with a wicked woman. Right? I find more bitter than death the woman. He don't even say a wicked woman. He say I found more bitter than death the woman. So he don't classify this as being a wicked woman, a righteous woman, an invalid woman, a scandalous woman. It just say more bitter than death, the woman. Like America, like the elder Apostle Gabar always say, America is known as, America goes into the word bitter. And this is a bitter place, a place of confusion, a place of darkness, a place built on blood and lies, bitter. And that's the majority of these women out here, except she be of the elect. You know, of the elect that's actually righteous and seeking Yahweh Shem Yahshua, which that's not even one out of 1,000. That's not even one out of 1,000. You know, Solomon said he found only one man out of 1,000 that was wise, and out of 1,000 women, he ain't find not one. All right. Well, here's the point though. Ecclesiastes 7:26 again. I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth the Most High shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. And that's when it goes back into when I was saying earlier about how, the goings of a man is of the Lord. You know, the Lord will put you in a tangled web. You know, He'll put you in a certain particular situation based on your disobedience unto Him. All right, because Yahweh Shai is our head. You know, how we ponder, how we think, how we want to obey and honor our head, Yahweh Shai, it could determine a lot of our outcomes. You know, and it's just like that. That's how the Lord set it up. You know, that's why if you're in this thing, you have a better understanding of who you're serving. Women, if you're in this thing, you should have a better understanding of who you're supposed to be serving. You know, either you're going to serve so-called Jesus, Caesar Borgia, what they told you in those Christian churches all this time, or you're going to serve your husband if he's serving Yahweh Shai. I mean, even if he's not, you know, it's your duty through chaste conversation to bring him into the fold, to win him over. Let's get that. Let's get that. That's in Peter chapter 3. Okay. First Peter chapter 3. I'm starting at verse 1. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won over. WON, won, like to win something. Be won by the conversation of the wives. All right? Even if your husband is not so-called in the truth or understand the truth, knows that he's an Israelite, know that he has to rehearse the righteous acts. Through your chaste conversation, let's get that part. Verse 2, while they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear. All right? You have to let them know how it's such a fearful thing to fall into the hand of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You know, as is written, that the unbelieving husband might be saved by the wife, or the unbelieving wife might be saved by the husband. Roughly paraphrasing. Through your chaste conversation. Fear. Mixed with fear. Coupled with fear. They have to see the fear of the Heavenly Father through Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, through your eyes. They have to see the fear. They have to recognize and understand the only reason why you are here is because the Lord has placed that seed of fear within your spirit to take Him seriously. And they can get it or not, whether they hear or forbear, But through your conversation, if it's meant to be, they'll be saved. They're going to repent. All right. Where was I at? Was that it? No. I don't think I finished it. All right, here we go. Ecclesiastes 7:26 again. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whosoever pleaseth the Most High shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Yeah, I did finish it. Yeah, well, the sinner shall be taken by her. Let's pull that video up, that clip up again. It's a cold world, man. You know?
Been before many times. I don't know what happened that brought him before that judge. It doesn't even fucking matter. The thing is, there is proof that this man is not the biological father, and they are threatening to put him in jail for not paying child support for a child that's not his. The woman has confessed, and they blurred her face, but she confessed to the court and to you through national television that he's not the father, that she just wanted to be on welfare and collect benefits from the government. And they are still saying that he is a deadbeat dad. He owes over $30,000 in back child support. He never met the child at all except for the time to get tested to prove that he wasn't the father. These women are working the courts against you, gentlemen. Messing with these single mothers can be detrimental to your financial future, man. I know a lot of people don't like that, but I gotta say it. I gotta keep it real so the men can be protected in this. Now, what I said don't apply to all women. And like that gentleman from last night on my live stream, Mr. Mike Mantha said, we are sick and tired. And I hardly ever say it, but I did last night. But I am sick and tired of saying we don't mean all. We're talking about certain groups of women. But understand me, when I say mostly all, what I mean 98% of y'all fools. How that sound? Now, I want you to understand what this woman finna tell you about parentage by estoppel, and I will be providing definitive information to break it down further, how you can get caught up in parentage by estoppel. And it is pronounced estoppel, because she's going to say it two ways because she's unsure, but it's estoppel. Now, let me go ahead and play her, y'all. 1 second, y'all. Give me a moment. Hope y'all seeing the dangers of this thing. Let's get it.
By estoppel, whatever it is a precedent that says if you are dating a single parent and you help them take care of their child and y'all break up, they can take you to court for child support. They can take you to court for child support for a child that is not yours. Somebody explain this to me, because it makes absolutely zero sense. You did not have this child. This person had this child when you met them, but because you were kind enough to step up and help out, now you're going to be responsible for this child for the rest of their life?
Again, y'all better avoid these single mothers, man, that you smashing and dashing. Don't let them. I had a woman try that with me before. I'm smashing and dashing the hell out of her. Just smash, 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 right? Hulk smash. This woman wanted me to start popping fireworks and stuff with the kids and stuff. She was a nice lady, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't no damn fool. Nah, I don't want to know your children. Nothing against your kids, nothing against you. But I don't want to start making a bond, or most importantly, I don't want them to start making a bond with me. And I don't want to get to know your baby daddy. I don't want to get to know your children. That's your children. That's his babies. I don't want to come around them kids. I just want to come around you to get some JJ, go have a good time with you. We go out, chill, do what we're going to do. And I smash and I dash, and you go back and you fuss and you argue with your baby daddy, and you take care of your kids. You struggle with your bills like everybody else does. Even if a man has more money than you, does not mean that he doesn't have bills and financial responsibility.
Okay, now, knowing that we're in this truth, we have a better understanding of our roles, our position. You know, when you come into this truth and you start to live by it, all right, you repent, you seek the Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you know, you start to learn what's allowed and what's not allowed. You understand that we don't just go around popping women, especially we know women have relationships with their ex or with their children's fathers. You know, that's why, back to the word discretion. You have to use discretion, you know, and wisdom when you decide to get into a relationship with these women out here. You know, fortunately, you know, some of us might end up dealing with a woman that has really no ties with her ex. All right? No ties at all. Like, they probably just the father just was around for intimate benefits, but as far as raising the children, you know, he wasn't around for said situations, you know. And that's why you have to use discretion and wisdom, you know. But in most situations, you know, how they say in the world that the baby mama and the baby daddy, they always can link up with each other. Which, you know, you can't put it past anyone. But at the same time, you know, like I said, going back to the will of the Heavenly Father, you know, the Lord will put you in a situation like we just read, right? About if you're pleasing to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he's going to remove you from the situation, from the snare of the woman, from the trap of that woman. You know, but other than that, you know, you'll be linked up with a woman if you're a sinner, someone that constantly continues to indulge in sin and being disobedient to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The Lord can really mess you up, put you in a real tight squeeze, right? But as far as like popping in and out of a woman's life, you know, and she's still dealing with her ex or her kid's father and things like that, that's adultery, man. That leads to adultery, which makes you know better. So I don't know exactly how he meant what he was saying, or his relationship that he was with this woman. So we got to correct certain things as far as edification. You know, there's no popping in and out of a woman's life. You know, once you get that woman, once you lay down with that woman, she's considered your wife. So we're gonna just keep it dry like that. Once you pop that woman, she's considered your wife. All right. We don't want to have a bunch of women around here that's whores or that's that go back. You know, we don't want to cause our women to be whores. You know, so you have to do what you have to do to provide and be there. You know, spiritually, mentally, financially, emotionally, and you know, physically. You know what I mean by physically. Do benevolence. All right. I want to get this though for the women. Hold on, matter of fact, let me see.
I'm not gonna do that. Okay? I had a lot of women try to do that, run that game on me, come pop fireworks on 4th of July with my children. The baby daddy gonna be there. He gonna be there, but ain't gonna be no issue. Shit. See, I'm gonna tell you something, gentlemen. Women love to make men jealous just as much women are jealous of each other. They have a baby daddy, and if you're a good man that's productive, got his own things, own ride, doing well in life, she will purposely bring you around her baby daddy just to try to smite him, to embarrass him, to make him feel less than.
That's
and
real.
Now that man gonna have a problem.
And that's real. And that's all women. And you don't even have to have nothing going on with this woman, right? Traps, snares and nets. Snares and nets. They are, I'm talking about the women in the world, you know. I'm not talking about the women that's in the truth. That's changing their life, that's repenting, right? But even at work, you will see these women, they know that they probably got something going on with somebody. But if you're not careful, they'll use you as a way of making someone else feel jealous. You know? So you gotta back them up off of you. You gotta back them up off of you, man. Don't fall into this trap that they set. You know? Like, I like to have a clear conversation with all men. With all men. And women, you know, they don't like me for that. But I don't care. You know, I'm grateful to the Lord for giving me a reason to feel how I always felt about particular things, especially when it comes with relationships between men and women. Like, I can get along with any kind of man. I say that, a real man. You know, as long as we have a conversation and we talk things through over any woman. You know, no disrespect to the righteous sisters doing what they're supposed to be doing, but it's order. It's all about order. You know, and like I've always said, I'd rather have 2 or 3 real brothers by my side and fight through anything, you know, and fight against 100 women, than to have 100 women and fight against 2 or 3 women, 2 or 3 brothers. I'd rather have it be set up like that. For real. I'd rather have 2 or 3 righteous, God-fearing brothers by my side against 100 women instead of having 100 women against 2, 3 righteous brothers. You know? What the Lord say about that? Shalaki. Be not in the midst of one. Yeah. Ecclesiasticus chapter 42. That's not. I'm not gonna pull all that out right quick. All right. I'll start at verse 11. Keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter, lest she make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies, and a byword in the city, and a reproach among the people, and make thee ashamed before the multitude. Like if you got a daughter that's shameless, she's just all out there. Like I was just going over the internet the other day, and this little girl, man, she made her mama look bad. Talking like she gangster, acting all gangster. But when her mama came at her, told her to apologize, she apologized. She was like a little kid in the corner. She was like a little crybaby in the corner because her mama wasn't going for that shit. Her mama stood up. Her mama was damn near about to put them things on her ass. You know, these little girls out here be watching this shit on the internet. They think it's cool. They don't have no real fear of the Lord. They don't have no proper guidance. You know, a lot of you mothers, you got to start getting up on that. You got to start guiding your daughters the right way. It's not about being friends with your children. It's guiding them in the right way. Training them up in the right way. To fear Yahweh Shem Yahushua. To do what's right. And let them know to beware what they see on the TV and all this shit. It could be very detrimental to you, your household, so on and so forth. Once again, keep sure watch over a shameless daughter, lest she make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies, and a byword in the city, and a reproach among the people, and make thee ashamed before the multitude. And here's the point I wanted to get to, verse 12. Behold, not every woman's beauty. Don't be concerned. Don't look on every woman's beauty. Especially nowadays, all the makeup, the fake up they got going on, and you know, the fake hair and all this shit, you know. Behold, not everybody's beauty, and sit not in the midst of women, right? Going back to my point, I'd rather have 2 or 3 brothers that's in the truth, that fear Yahweh Shem Yahushua, than to be upon 100 women, right? And sit not in the midst of women. You know what? And that's the problem with society right now. You got men that just love to be around women. And don't get it twisted. Like when I was younger, I'd rather be around one woman. I'd rather be with my woman, right? And us go doing things together instead of being in a clique of niggas on the street. I never really was one to be around a bunch of niggas just doing nothing. I don't know. Nothing, you know, I had mad love, you know, when I was about that life and in that bullshit. I had nothing against, you know, the people that the homies that I had. But at the end of the day, all right, my nigga, we doing this over here. But over here, I got shit. What I'm doing with her, I'm not gonna do with you, so shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying, type deal. But nowadays, you got a lot of these dudes out here, man. They popping these drugs, they popping pills and ecstasy and sipping lean, and they out of their motherfucking mind hanging with a bunch of dudes. And you wonder why things is so loose the way it is, I guess you could say. Salakia family. Anyway, I want to get this because that's that Micah. You bastard. Micah chapter 7. Because the women, y'all are gonna there's gonna be a time where y'all are going to feel the pressure unlike ever before. Unlike ever before. If you want to put men in these bad situations, you know, and that's particularly a lot of these Israelite women, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, y'all want to depend on the system so bad. Y'all want to trust in oppression. Y'all trust in oppression. That's what that is. That's a form of trust in oppression. When you wanna, because a man don't bow down to your will, don't do the things that you want to do. You know he a hardworking man. You know he's tried to be by your side and do things for you. Right? Only thing he asks you to do is be in sync with what he has going on. Be in sync with what he has going on. And a man don't ask for much. A man don't ask for much. You know, order, you know, trust my word. I know what I'm doing. If these cities weren't built up around, you know, the world, these metropolis cities where only thing you gotta do is make a phone call to get something to eat. All you gotta do is ask for a plumber and all of these connections that the city has set up for women. If none of this stuff existed and you solely had to depend on heating up your own food, finding your own food, killing your own food, creating your own house from the dirt, from scratch, y'all women wouldn't have that attitude of I don't need a man. Then you will see the significance of working hand by hand or working for a husband, for working for a man. But since Esau Edom set up this bullshit world for y'all, y'all have this attitude like you don't need a man. The time is going to come when that decision is going to be reversed. And only the wise women, only the women that the Lord is working with is going to get it. 2/3 of you women, out of 3/3, 2/3 of you women are going to be destroyed and die on this side. And it's more women than it is men. So that's going to be a lot of y'all. A gang of y'all. We're going to be destroyed by whatever measure. Famine, pestilence, teeth of wild beasts, the sword, which is Esau Edom and his guns, his troops, his men, being ravished. Oh, it's a long list of ways to get rid of a woman. Disobedient, hard-headed, stiff-necked, non-repentant woman. It's a lot of ways to get rid of you. Especially if you don't have no fear of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Let me get this. Micah chapter 7, verse 10. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it. What's she gonna see? She gonna see Yahweh Shem Yahushua working with his elect men. The men that he's gonna make gold. The men that he's gonna make gold, pure gold. Men that's been tried through the fire, through the furnace of adversity for quite a long time now. Right? I gotta see what the elder apostle Rakah got going on. So I'm about to close this out in a minute. Then shall see that is my enemy. Shall see it, Salaki. Then she that is my enemy shall see it. Right? How the Lord's gonna protect his elect men. Right? And shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy power? Right? Who's Yahweh Shem Shah? Who? You say who? What's his name? What? Yahoo? His name is Yahweh. Their names are Yahweh, Yahweh Shah. The Heavenly Father and his only begotten Son's names are Yahweh and Yahweh Shah. Yeah, they're gonna be talking shit. They're gonna be talking shit. They're gonna be, oh, Where is the Lord your power? Where's the Lord your power? Where's your Yah? No, it's not Yah, it's Yahweh and Yahweh Shah. Which said unto me, where's the Lord thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. So get ready, brothers. The Lord about to put us in situations where we're going to see the women that has been against us. She that is mine enemy shall see it. The Lord going to have us see these women get taken out. And you can't be in no pussy boy mood. You can't be in no bitch nigga mood. You got to have the understanding, and that's the beautiful thing about learning what we're going through. The Lord is putting a spirit on us to just accept whatever he has going on. Just to accept it. Not deal with it. Not consider it. Not concern it. But with a smile on our face, accept it. Take it cheerfully when you are brought to a lower state. Shit, man. You get it? Take it cheerfully. Because he gonna be fighting for your cause. He gonna be helping you out, brother. And to the women that got men out there that's not doing right, according to the word of Yahweh Shem Shah, you have to put in your spirit too. But let's keep going. Behold, mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire in the streets. And that's what's coming to a lot of these women. That's these people that's bucking up against the anointed of Yahweh Shem Shah. These people that's bucking up against the anointed of Yahweh, do my touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. Thus says Yahweh Shem Shah. You right? I got this. I want to pull this up though before we go any further, because I found it in my phone and I want to keep things regulated. I want to keep things purely regulated. Marriage by estoppel. What was that? Yeah, definition. Estoppel. What is estoppel? Simple terms. This point right here, okay, say, what is estoppel in simple terms? A legal rule which prevents someone from saying in court that something they have previously stated as true in court, or that has been established by the court as true, is in fact not true. Unrighteous decrees. So this is all you got to pull out your ass. You could make a man sit up here and go through hell. You take money out of his paycheck. You could possibly put him in jail. You can have him living barely on the streets, right? Because these unrighteous decrees. That's why Esau Edom got to be taken down. That's why this place has to be destroyed. And it will be. It will be. Most definitely. It's another what's the question that I had pulled up earlier? Yeah, what is marriage by estoppel? Okay, right. Yeah, here we go. People ask, what is marriage? What is a marriage by estoppel? A so-called marriage by estoppel most frequently occurs when a husband or wife has obtained an invalid divorce from a prior spouse and then remarries. Right? Since the prior divorce is legally invalid, so is the second bigamous marriage. So how are you legally invalid if you divorce somebody? Okay, yeah, of course, there's a loophole. That's why the system got to be taken down. There's always a loophole. According to the law of Yahweh Shem Shah, there's no such thing as remarried. And a man can have as many wives as he can. As many wives as women want to be with him. Or as many wives as his wives want to give him women. and they work it out, right? But the point I want to get is a prior spouse and then remarries, because ain't no fucking remarrying. What the hell are you talking about? Ain't no remarrying. Shit, you know it. You know it. Mark 10 and 12. If a woman shall put away her husband and be married to another, she committeth adultery. All right? So it ain't no you putting your husband away. But see, in this society, they make you believe that a woman has right to have authority, usurp authority over the man. That's not how that go. You're going to be held in the court of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah as an adulteress. And if you go back to the laws in Leviticus, you know what happened to an adulterous woman and an adulterous man. You know what happened to them. So with that, I'm going to close out. Hopefully this lesson is edifying to the elect of Israel. Let's give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shah, Bashim Requah Kadash, and double honor to our elders and apostles of the great millstone. To the hopeful elect, endure, endure, endure. Yahweh Wah, Yahweh Shah, Ratazah, endure. Khan, you know. Till next time, Kwam Yasharallah, Wa Abak Babal.